Alright, welcome back everybody to East Oathland Felghana. We're gonna take on the last couple bosses and be done with this game. Hopefully this doesn't take too long.
I've been expecting you at all. I suppose your presence here means that Sister Nell is no longer with us. How disappointing. I gave her one measly task to perform, but even that proved I'd grown somewhat fond of her. And I suppose that was my undoing. It blinded me to her utter worthlessness.
Well, you're great.
Her faith was not strong enough. And in the end, only those who truly believe in the new God shall remain. But I am all he shall ever need. My body and soul I give to him in the ritual grounds at Ilburns.
You're weird.
I feel a stirring. God awakens on the coming of the dawn. Humanity's pitiable, mewling existence will come to an end. And by God's true power, this world shall be remade into a paradise. Now, you shall bow down before his divine might.
Yeah, so he's gonna transform again into that boss I couldn't do any damage to the first time. But this time with the sword, I'm able to cut through his barrier and ultimately do damage. You do want to jump over that sickle attack, otherwise you're never going to get in to do damage to him. And then once you're in, you just want to jump above that. So he's not going to be too difficult, though I might make him look difficult, because I'm taking a lot of damage early on instead of doing this, which is just a quick circle strafe into the boss. So yeah, this is the ideal way to beat him, is to circle strafe, because he's going to basically attack. He'll attack in a, obviously an AoE attack, but also this more or less straightforward fashion. And then once we get past the first half of his life, he'll switch over to phase 2, which I think is actually the easier of the two phases. But you tell me what you think. Yeah, so here's phase 2. So he transports transforms himself into like an airplane-looking thing. I don't think he's all that difficult to evade. You just have to kind of, he'll disappear, and then he uses his little back thing as a sword. You just want to evade that. Evade these the bomb things that go off in the background. I'm not doing a very good job of that, obviously, but we're keeping up with his health more or less. And then this is a big boy attack, which you can somewhat negate by using your dash magic. But it doesn't do enough damage for that to really matter to me. 23 is a lot. 2 more of those and I'm dead. Or I guess 3 more of those and I'm dead. It's got to evade 1 more and we'll be good. Oh, and then he will try to explode on me at the end, so we'll just run away from the explosion. So once he gets down to 1 HP, you just want to run away. Because he tries to pull you in and then he explodes.
The key has already been... No one can stop the revival of God. He is immortal.
Crazy man. Alright, we're gonna go save. Alright, we're gonna go down and fight the big boss. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. This is a lot of strict pattern-based, get good sort of stuff. So we'll see. On memorization, in other words. Once you memorize his patterns, he could possibly be the easiest boss in the game, but he throws out a lot of shit that you have to sort of evade. And the seat of evil, all paths converge. Like how there's a bunch of people hooked up to stuff that either was to sacrifice to him or to seal him. And here's Ellen over here.
Adol? What are you doing here? No, please, you have to get out of here. The bishop said I was the key. He said the life force of Genos' descendant could be used to awaken Galbalan from his sleep. It's too late for me, so please, run. Get away while you still can. Ah! Adol! Please! Run! Hurry!
Genos. He who sealed the sword, messenger of the white wings, eliminate the winged ones, seize the black ark. The future game. My creator, my overseer. Erase the humans. Destroy everything. I don't know what all this means. I won't let that happen, said boyish voice over here. Not voice acted for some reason.
Chester! Why are you here?
Let me be a good brother. Just this once. Adol Christen! Use Genos' sword to defeat him! If you do, the statues will seal away his power again!
I am the Alpha and the Omega. Humans are such fragile creatures.
So this is his first attack, second attack, and this is phase 1 where he switches between these two attacks. And then he is going to throw out ice, which is going to allow me to go up towards that orange-red crystal. And I have to use my fire attack on that. As soon as I hit it one time, it'll open up his big eyeball, or not. It'll open up his big eyeball, which will allow me to do damage to him, at least until he gets to phase 2. You can see right now I'm doing a pretty shit job. Every time I get hit, I'm taking like about 30 some damage. Plus you gotta be a bit patient. There's big damage there. So I did little to no damage there. And let's try that again. Obviously taking too much damage. So I gotta learn his patterns a little better than not at all. But this is tough either way. Should have fire, fire. So I want to jump on that when he does that. I've used very little if any fire magic throughout this game, other than to maybe keep myself safe in range. And now all of a sudden I have to use it for the first half of this boss fight.
I am the Alpha and the Omega.
I am the beginning and the end, though I apparently have a creator, though I don't know who that creator is. And you're trying to destroy the winged ones, which is a type of progenitor race that exists in at least the original East 1-2. but also seems to exist in other East games because there are other characters you run into that either have wings or are trying to obtain wings. And the Black Ark definitely refers to Ark of Nepishion, which is a game that comes. I'm not sure in terms of when these games released, because this is a remake for 3. I'm not sure if this came before or after Ark of Nepishion, but it's definitely a reference to Ark of Nepishion. So I'm not saying to keep the lore super airtight here, but because it were best case scenario, they had the Ark of Nepishion in the lineup to make next for I'm gonna die. I'm not even to this second stage. Not great. I need like another level or 2, so I'm not very good at this boss, so let me return the title. I'm gonna level up and then we'll be right back.
I am the Alpha and the Omega. Humans are such fragile creatures. You shall know my power well.
So you can see, you actually have to hit him somewhere in the ballpark of his actual gem, because if you do not, he does not proc this next part. I'm also doing a lot more damage now. And I seem to know the boss a little bit better, at least.
You shall be as ash in the wind.
At about 1,200 there. So if I can do another 1,200, that'll put us down at what? 430-ish, 420-ish. Alright, here comes phase 2.
You shall be erased.
Now for phase 2, what we want to primarily do, aside from evade all of these beams, is to eventually fight the hands, which may or may not come down to be nice and fun for me. So lucky the ice things are kind of nice. So I should be switching my green magic there so I can float over all that. And then we'll get to phase 3 when we hit exactly 1,000 HP.
You shall be erased.
I will be erased. Gonna stay away from that, obviously. Come on, Chris, you gotta jump over that and use your green magic.
You shall be erased.
This run is not going to work for me. This is phase 3 now that we've gotten to 1,000 HP. It stopped me and I have to play Ganondorf ball with him while not getting sucked into a pit.
Mankind
Try again.
is to fear my name. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Humans are such fragile creatures.
So if this doesn't work, I may have to switch up one more additional thing that I haven't added. Or you could just say I forgot to add it. There's a little neck charm in this game that's very expensive to buy. It basically gives you an additional life against a very difficult boss. There's usually one of those in every East game. As far as I'm aware, there's usually one of those in each of the East games. It basically prevents you from, if you're having a really impossible time beating the boss, it gives you a second chance at life. I feel like this boss was sort of built in with some of that. Like, hey, you have to have this in order to beat it, but can't be certain either. So, if need be, I will switch over to the necklace so that I'll have more HP, or not more HP, a second chance at life. Kaboom. Kaboom. Kaboom.
You shall be as ash in the wind.
We're almost there, guys. Okay. The only problem with this boss, and in a lot of cases other bosses do this, is once they hit their next phase, they don't believe he will take any more damage until you get past the part where the game decides it wants you to let you do damage again to him. It's a perfect example right there. He got down to about 4,800 or 4,900. Game said, nope, you're done dealing damage to him. At least until I say you're allowed to anyways. There it is. What you want to do with that attack. Blow right over top of it. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do it as well, where you like, you know, use your yellow to dash through it or whatever, but I feel like eventually you would take damage and get knocked back. Need to do about 1,000 more damage there. We'll go to phase 3. And then this will be a bit of a, you know, whatever. Shot in the wind, I don't know the right phrases. Basically, it'll be all luck after that. But even though I have a pretty good idea of what the final phase of this boss looks like, it's not super easy either. So he's going to take all my magic power, and I'm going to throw it back at him. You don't want to do that because you'll get hit by damage. Not a lot of damage, but it's still damage. We try to negate it with the thunder swipe. Do you like playing Ganondorf Ball with the floor opening up underneath you? Yeah, you gotta get back because the closer you get, the faster it goes. The faster it goes, the more difficult it is to get this ball back. See, I've lost, what? Is it 160 damage yet? I don't think it has been, but we're gonna be close to about 120 damage by the time this is all done. So if I can just do that like 4 more times, we'll be good. Dead.
Is to fear my name.
Quick, attack him. Stop shooting me, said the eyeball. It's not fair. I don't get to shoot you in your eyeball. It's like, because I have other things that are weak to me that are not my eyeballs.
in the wind.
You shall be as ash as the wind. I shall kill you and turn you into dust, and dust you will continue to be.
You shall be one with the dirt. You shall be erased.
Ugh.
You shall be erased.
Good job, Chris.
Mankind is to fear my name.
So what I do like is once you get past that first hit, he does switch over to this his attack where he's throwing AoE bolts, which I think are a little bit easier to dodge, because they're not pulling me in towards the center. Alright, so I'm pretty sure it switches back to this attack, which is the sucky attack. Blows. Alright, now switching over to the AoE again. Fine. Live with it, I guess. Can't do that 2 more times, though. Alright, one more. Ran out of time. And that's the end.